Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, 1923 has been building to a tense conclusion in episode 8 throughout its first season. It has been fascinating to watch the Yellowstone prequel because it follows the Dutton family through one of the most difficult decades in recent history. In episode 8, the cruel range war that had been simmering since the first episode of season 23 turned into a full-blown conflict. Everything you need to know about the season 1 finale can be found here. If you haven't watched the final episode yet, there will be significant spoilers. In the 8th episode, titled Nothing Left to Lose, a brand new couple was shown off, and a previous couple was brutally divorced. Donald Whitfield and Jacob Dutton eventually came face to face as the oil tycoon moved onto their property while a tragedy befell an expecting mother. Father Renaud and the police are closely following Timon and her group as they fled to Wyoming in search of safety. The boarding school's crime scene is the focus of an investigation by the police officer who accidentally killed Tiana's grandmother. Father Renaud informs the sheriff and the audience at the beginning of the episode that Baptiste, Tiana's companion, has also passed away. When we last saw her, she was being beaten up just like Tiana when she stood up for herself. Because they are aware that the remaining 3 priests, of whom we know they were murdered, have not shown up, the sheriff asks Renaud to assist in the search for Tiana. Fortunately, Runs his horse, Tiana's father, is the next person to find her for the next person who finds them. He has described the priests as bloodthirsty child killers. Pete rides his horse. Together, Plenty, Clads, and Tiana ride off to safety. Runs his horse and warns Pete and his daughter not to fall in love right away. Tiana assertively takes his hand as they retire for the evening and informs him that she does not believe that waiting is a virtue. Before they fall asleep in front of the fire, Tiana gives Pete a kiss on the face. As she expresses her emotions from the previous few weeks, Tiana starts to cry. The priest Renaud sent to find Tina have been found dead. They plan to get the train to pass them, as we find out much later in the episode. Jacob Dutton and his soldiers are riding into town in the snowy Montana regions after determining that Tina and her companions are traveling to the Comanche territory in Wyoming. They are dissatisfied to see that the hitch and rails have been replaced with parking spaces for vehicles. Outside the courthouse, they are present when Banner Creighton is executed, but Donald Whitfield's skilled advocacy ultimately results in his release on bail. Jacob is accused by Banner of being a coward for trying to settle their dispute in court. They appear to be in agreement that this will end as he departs. Donald and Banner are getting ready for their next move back to the opulent home in an area near Yellowstone Ranch. Banner wants the Duttons dead, but Donald tells him to work toward reputational immortality. Donald wants to kill Jacob with a pen, not a gun. Each of the 2 prostitutes from the previous episode is still present, and their wounds are brand new. As he watches the 2 women fight, Donald tells them that he enjoys watching power dynamics. With Jack and Zane, Jacob goes to the city bank. Zane heads home to spend the evening with his family. However, the inside operative's livestock agents notice that Zane has left Jacob unattended. In the morning, Zane's wife is taken into custody for violating Montana's anti-racism law by having mixed-race children with a white man. In other words, the police beat Zane in front of their children as they take Alice away. Elizabeth was complaining of stomach pain in the bathtub when Jack returned to the ranch. When she looks down, she sees that the bathtub is covered in blood. The doctor calls and sternly informs the Duttons that Elizabeth has flushed the baby, despite the fact that she is stable. She is reassured by Jack, who is worried about her life's purpose, and tells her that there are other ways to be happy besides having children. Jack and Elizabeth, like his aunt Kara, dealt with the change in their circumstances together, which breaks their hearts. John Dutton, a 3-year-old, had been rumored to be the father of the child Elizabeth was expecting. It reopens the possibility that Spencer and Alex will continue the family tradition, or that Jack and Elizabeth will continue to conceive in the future. As a possible side effect of his injuries, Jacob informs Cara Dutton that he is losing feeling in his body. Jacob and Donald are introduced to one another outside when she discovers an outside. Cara manages to keep everyone calm despite the use of guns. In a villainous monologue, Donald tells the Dutton family that tourism is coming to Montana and will have a big impact on their family. This prophecy proves to be true after the events of Yellowstone Season 5. Jacob is informed by Donald that Donald was aware of his debts and has paid them off. If Jacob does not repay him by the end of the year, the deed is canceled and returned to him. Spencer and Alex are getting ready to board the Majestic, which will take them from Italy to America in 3 weeks and make a stop in London. Alex's ex-boyfriend Arthur is seen on the same ship. Even though they had intended to remain in their room, Alex's motion sickness forces them to ascend to the upper deck. Arthur is a broken man, according to an old friend of Alex's. Alex tells Jennifer that she is content during a heated exchange of fictitious politeness. Out of renewed defiance, Alex decides that she and Spencer will dine together in the Grand Hall. Arthur laments that his father had the audacity to bring him here when he sees Alex and Spencer arrive. Arthur dances with Jennifer while trying to keep his demeanor. Arthur tries to intimidate Alex in a polite way, but Spencer becomes very strict and cautious. Later, while slapping Spencer with white gloves, Arthur tries to fight Spencer in a duel. Spencer quickly responds with a chimerical act of aggression and steps in. After Arthur calls Alex a whore in the midriff, Spencer nearly leaves, but he turns around and takes the fight on the top deck. Arthur decides that they should use the sword even though Spencer has never handled one before. The battle is very one-sided. As Arthur keeps coming, Spencer keeps pushing Arthur away with more force. Later on, when Alex and Spencer are by themselves, Arthur tries to sneak up on them from behind, but Spencer grabs him by the throat and throws him overboard. Since none of the other visitors speak out in Spencer's favor, he is taken to the brig. Jennifer attempts to respond, but she is ignored. Alex suffers as she remains alone in her room the following day. Spencer's belongings are brought in by another crew member. Jennifer is giving evidence in the quarters of the captain to back up Spencer's claim that he acted in self-defense. Spencer learns for the first time that Spencer's wife goes by the name the Countess of Sussex. There, the captain of the ship informs Spencer that he is leaving without his fiancée. Jennifer rushes to get Alex out of the room as Spencer is being taken away in a dinghy so she can go with him. As the lovers who have split up are forced to shout their love declarations from various vessels, she loses her chance. After finding a note from Kara, Alex in Bosman, Montana, yells that she will eat Spencer. Kara has updated her message to Spencer, pleading with him to leave the ranch as soon as possible. Spencer, please move quickly or there will be nothing left to fight for. Instead of sending the Duttons any of the land she sees as a potential loss, Kara crumples and tosses it to the ground. Whether Spencer and Alex visit Spencer in Montana will not be revealed until Season 2. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.